Hey everybody, today we'll be taking a look at how to set up standards in PowerSchool. And until we have outcomes set up in Canvas, this will be the way that elementary teachers, secondary teachers will assign standards to assignments. Even if we do this in Canvas, we'll still need to come in for now and assign the standards in PowerSchool. So let's jump into PowerTeacher Pro right here. I'm in a test instance, so things will look slightly differently. And our instance may look a little bit different as we move on. So I'm currently in PowerTeacher Pro. I'm on the assignments page. So if you're not there, you can get here easily by clicking A+ grading and jumping to the assignment list. Next thing we need to do is create an assignment. So here under the plus sign at the top right, we'll click that and select assignment. So from here, we're going to hit every tab going across to make sure all the settings are done the way we want. For teachers who teach multiple instances or sections of the same content, or teachers who teach in dual immersion schools, you'll be able to set this assignment for multiple classes right here. Right now I'm selecting only one because currently in this test instance, this is the only class I have that has standards assigned to it. And you may not have your standards yet in Weber School District, but they'll be coming. So I've selected one class. I'm going to call this assignment Practice 2. Next thing, I select a category. Remember, you can add or change these categories. I'll call this one classwork, and we'll set a due date for today. Our next thing, let's set it to be points. Remember, you can choose other options, but we'll choose points, and I'm going to set this to be 20 points. We'll see why in just a minute with that one. I'm also going to add 5 points for outstanding work. You don't have to do that. This is where you weight your assignment should you choose to. Down here, this is where you would add any instructions, if I can type that. You could also add, as you can see, some images or whatever. Images are a little tricky, but this is where you'd put the instructions you need. All right, there's our first tab done. Second tab, this would be about assigning it to students. Not every student has to have the same assignment, so you can check box right here to show which students will be getting it. For this video, I'll be using all. Let's go to our next tab. This is standards. Now I have some options here. Here's this box, auto calculate. And what this will do is auto calculate their level of proficiency according to the assignment. Now, it's a best practice to only select one. For the purposes of today, I'm going to select 2 to show you what happens when we do this. But keep in mind, for a student to really know how he or she is doing, and for you to know how the students are doing, it's best to only choose one standard, and I'll show you why in just a second. Okay, that covers our standards tab. You can see I picked a couple. Next thing is publish. We want to do this immediately. We've been through all the tabs now, so we can hit save and close, and practice 2 will appear at the top of our list. From here, I could click edit, go back and revise those settings if I choose, and we may do that. The next thing we want to do is click on practice 2 to add some scores. You can see I have my points column here, and these are the standards that we selected right there. Okay, so once I click in a box, this will call up our scoring tab over here on the side, this keypad, and from here I can punch in scores. Now I'm going to assign Jordan here 9 points. When I do that, you can see he's below proficiency on both standards. Well, out of 20 points, if he got 9, maybe 9 of those points came in this first column from this standard, and he got 0 of these right. But for now, it looks like he knows nothing on both of them. So it's important to only choose one standard. There is a way we can go back and edit the scores right here. I think I'll do that to show you what we're talking about. I can go back to my setup on this assignment, and I can uncheck this box and save and close. And now when we jump back to scoring, I have to input those by hand manually. So let's say this student got 8, and maybe on this standard mastery, and on this standard below mastery. But once again, the score is 8 out of 20. So that appears that Matthew here doesn't know anything about this subject area when he did master this one. So just letting you know, it's a best practice to only select one standard per assignment. On a writing assignment, for example, pick 3 of those things. Maybe choose ideas, and then pick something like sentence structure, and finish with conventions. And so you may score the assignment 3 times, but at least you know what the students actually know. From here, everybody else got 20. I'm going to use fill. Now they're all filled in that whole column. I can come back and say this student, for example, is exempt because she did the work later, and I get a little box here showing that that is exempt. From here, we've pretty much covered everything we need to know about setting up standards. I can click Save Scores right here, and that would cover that part of setting up the assignment. If I jump back to my assignment list, here's practice 2. You can see I've got 18 out of 18 scored. It's complete. And that should cover how to set up standards in PowerSchool. Now keep in mind, eventually outcomes will appear in Canvas, and we'll be able to insert those in Canvas, hopefully. Fingers crossed that'll take place sometime this year or next. For now, that's how to set up standards in PowerTeacher Pro in PowerSchool. So have a great day.